All right, hey guys, this is Colin James. I am a member of our enterprise sales team at SalesLoft. And today I'd like to talk to you about a use case for our platform that I've had a lot of experience in my last job, which was working in channel sales. So there's a lot of unique ways that you can use this platform that are different from our standard use case. And today I'd like to go over 3 of them that were super helpful for me and set me up for great success in my last role. The first and foremost, most important thing when you're working in a channel model, especially dealing with resellers who are engaging with customers for you, selling your product, is staying top of mind. So typically in a channel model, you're going to have a lot of competitors. You're not going to be the only person working with your partners, and you're trying to make sure that your name is the name that they think of when a customer asks them how to solve a particular problem. So being able to maintain top of mind coverage with your resellers or distributors or your channel partners, however you define them, is incredibly important for you as a seller in this particular type of sales model. So when I was at my last job selling to resellers, I would use our cadence software to enable me to build out multiple touch patterns over the course of anywhere from a matter of weeks to a matter of months to make sure that the resellers that I was engaging with always thought that they were the #1 thing on my mind. Area number 2 that is very important for you as a channel seller is making sure that your sales channel is up to date on all of your latest products and offerings. So a lot of times that can happen to a channel seller, somebody in my position. You can find that your resellers aren't always aware to the latest updates and latest changes to your product line. So most of the time they find these things out is when you're actually in their store, in their facility, visiting them, trying to run a presentation to educate them at that moment. Most people don't have the bandwidth to sit there and try to message several hundred people every single time a new product comes out. It typically just spreads organically by word of mouth, or maybe your marketing team is running it through Marketo, but that doesn't have the one-to-one touch that SalesLoft gives you. So what I would do when we would get a new product, a new modification to a popular line that we were using, I would build out a cadence, and then I would populate my channel sales network into that cadence so that I could easily send them what looks like one-to-one messaging and keep them aloft to what we're doing on our side to make sure that they're being successful in their own fields. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is arguably the hardest thing to solve for when you're working out of a channel model, which is effectively covering your entire territory or effectively covering your key accounts list. So a general rule of thumb is that sellers are going to spend about 80% of their time on their top 20% of accounts. They don't do this just because they're lazy and they don't want to be able to go meet all the other people in their pipeline or in their territory, but it's because of a lack of time and it's from a lack of resources. In my role, I spent most of my time in San Francisco. That's where all of my largest clients were, and that's where I could most confidently generate the most business to be able to hit my number. The challenge being that I didn't spend any time in Seattle, Portland, or San Diego. So being able to use cadence software to help me maintain selling campaigns and touchpoint campaigns and build top of mind, like I referenced in the previous point, is going to enable you to help build that awareness in areas that you're not spending as much time, which will allow you to drive more pipeline, which will allow you to further excel. And that's especially helpful for a sales manager who might be dealing with sales reps who are putting all their eggs into one basket. And then if that basket dries up, well, then all of a sudden you have a much larger problem on your hands. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening in. I hope you had a chance to learn a little bit about channel sales and specifically how SalesLoft can help in that model. If you have any questions or you'd like to talk more, go ahead and reply via comments. And thanks again for your time.